Hi, this is Paul from Open World PC Gaming. Again, we're here with David, this time to discuss The Bunker. The Bunker is a full-motion video game. David, can you explain exactly what it's about?
So the world of The Bunker is set 30 years after the bombs have dropped on England and everything's set in this underground bunker. You play a character called John, as we see here. This is the day that the bombs drop in 1986, and you kind of take control of the character 30 years later, and he's the only remaining survivor in the bunker.
Right. It's classified as a psychological horror. Can you give us any details about how the horror aspect comes through?
So as it's quite a story-heavy game, there's only I can hint at some of the stuff, the bigger plot points in the game. They get kind of crazier, and we don't want to kind of spoil anything. But the game is all shot in an actual real-life underground bunker, and the first time you go into this place it's very oppressive, and like the bunker is like almost a character in the game. It was built in the kind of 1950s and 60s in case of like a nuclear attack on the UK, and it actually would have been used by the government if there was a nuclear attack in the UK. But after about 92, they were like, probably not going to happen. Let's kind of just leave it. They just left all the stuff in there. So the sort of oppressive nature of the game is the fact that you're in this bunker all alone, and it's kind of memories that you've repressed, and you kind of uncover them the further you go deeper into the bunker.
Ah, thank you. Because when I was playing the demo of this, I really got the impression of kind of the Cold War aspects, and obviously nuclear attack and apocalypse. And it's refreshing to see a full-motion video game again. We haven't seen the genre in a long time.
Yeah, because people think of full-motion video and they think of things like Night Trap, and the production values of things like Night Trap. It was quite expensive to produce something like that and put it onto a disc. So they had to skimp on acting quality, set design and things like that, where now the production of a HD video is actually quite cheap. You can do it on quite an affordable budget, and producing something like this, actually the actual filming part of it can actually be done quite cheaply. And of course, getting HD assets onto computers now, you can all download it with broadband connections. So actually developing something like this is quite easy to do these days. But the fact that F&V hasn't been used for quite a long time, people kind of automatically go to those Night Trap things and then go, wait a minute, this is actually shot with real cameras. What's going on here? You've got actors in it.
Perhaps. Well, absolutely. I mean, one thing that surprised me when I played through the demo of this game was just the quality of the acting. The main character, John, is incredible in the role. And I just wondered, how did they get these actors and how they actually felt about doing the role?
So the people that actually did the main production part of it, they've made movies before. They kind of like worked with short movies, so they know the sort of people to reach out to, but they don't know how to make a game. So the film part of it was almost filmed like a real movie would be. Like they did a really intensive 15-day shoot and basically kind of filmed all the parts they knew. So like in the director and producer's minds, they had this big flow chart, and then the crew kind of almost had to go with it. Go, right, so why are we doing this shot again? It's like, well, this one, the phone book's not in the drawer, so we need to do it again without the phone book in the drawer. So people go, right, let's just kind of go with it. And then they took it to Wales Interactive and basically kind of built it as a game in Unity. So all this is kind of relatively built in a relatively simple program to kind of create games. And yeah, kind of using these assets together and kind of building the sort of basic game design in Unity has allowed them to create this game. But the actual kind of filming part of it is done as a kind of full movie would be.
Right, thank you. Just to give the viewers an idea of the game, I'm relating back to kind of the type of books like Choose Your Own Adventure, where you kind of go on and you kind of go through different scenarios. In this game, do you just continue through one scenario, or do your decisions in the game matter, where whatever you select or the actions you choose have different consequences?
It's closer to a more traditional kind of point-and-click adventure. There's kind of different paths you can kind of go vaguely on. So if you want to go to one room first, you can do and kind of try and explore there. And there's different things you can experience, you can miss in the game. So there's terminals and notes and collectibles in the game that kind of fill out the story, but you don't necessarily need to experience that. And there's a couple of different endings in the game as well, not to kind of spoil anything, but there's kind of one particular path within the game, and there's one kind of main narrative to tell, but it won't kind of branch kind of completely crazily, but there's kind of different little things you may see.
Oh, that's great. And do you know the gameplay length and how long it's going to take the average person to complete the game?
So the gameplay length is around about 2 to 3 hours for the average person. They will kind of, it depends on kind of how crazy you want to get into kind of finding collectibles, seeing the different endings and seeing the different terminals, but it's generally around 2 to 3 hours for an average playthrough.
Excellent, thank you very much. And finally, can you just let us know what the price will be at release?
So it came out on Tuesday, available on PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox, and I believe it is $14.99 on PC and $15.99 on console.
Oh, so well worth the buy. Excellent, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.